Hello my dear health seekers, Inga from Health Origins here. So today we're going to be doing an ultimate brownie test, vegan brownie test. So I'm going to be testing okara brownie against sweet potato brownie, against carrot brownie, and against lentil brownie, right? So there's going to be four brownies that we're going to be taste testing all together. So let's begin. So yeah, because lately I have made so many brownies and you know, I've kind of was thinking, oh, this is nice, oh, this is even nicer, right? So I thought I want to compare them once and for all, which actual ingredient makes the best brownie, and I'm going to be making the base, all of the other ingredients apart from the main ingredient the same, so then we know how to compare and what is actually the best best ingredient to make the brownie. So I'm going to link above and down below the okara brownie that I made, exactly with the same other ingredients, except that instead of okara, today I'm going to be using sweet potato, carrots and lentils as well. So I'll just show you how I mix one of them, and then I'll do exactly the same for the other two versions. So I've got sweet potato here. So this is I'm halving this recipe. I'll put the full recipe ingredients down below so that you can make a full batch, but I'm making a smaller half a batch because obviously I need to make 3 of them, so I don't want to just have too many brownies, and I'll still have to give some to friends and family, you know, because there'll be too many, or actually I might freeze them as well for the future, but I don't want to, you know, make it too much because I'm going to run out of the actual baking tins as well. So this is 3/4 of a cup of sweet potato. So the full recipe is obviously double that, so like 1.5 cups of sweet potato, and the okara recipe was 1.5 cups of okara. So basically it's exact same recipe, just I'm changing sweet potato for or okara for sweet potato. Okay, so let's get on with the wet ingredients. So because I'm halving it, it's 1/4 cup of nut butter, and this one is almond again. I prefer using either almond or cashew. I don't have cashew, so I'm using almond, but you could also use sunflower seed butter if you're allergic to nuts. Then we've got 2 tablespoons of unsweetened applesauce. So the nut butter combined with the applesauce actually replaces the oil in the usual brownies recipe. So 2 tablespoons of unsweetened applesauce. Then I've got half a teaspoon, since it's half a recipe, half a teaspoon of vanilla. And that is it. That's all our wet ingredients, and I'm gonna whiz them up with my stick blender now. So I want to whiz it until it's smooth and uniform. So that looks nice and smooth, and we're gonna proceed with our dry ingredients. So for our dry ingredients, I've reduced it in half again. So we've got 1/2 cup of coconut sugar. Then we've got 2 tablespoons of carob. So I'm using carob, or you could use cocoa powder as well. I'm using carob just so that the brownies, you know, I can eat them any time of the day and not worrying that it's got some caffeine in the cocoa powder. So yeah, so you could, you know, substitute it, but carob also has this a little bit more caramel taste and a little bit more sweetness in itself as well, so I really like carob. So this is 2 tablespoons. Then I've got 2 tablespoons of rice flour here, or you could substitute any other gluten-free flour, as in like oat. You could substitute to coconut flour, but maybe just add a little bit less, because you know coconut flour absorbs a bit more moisture than a regular flour. Yeah, so, or if you've got a gluten-free flour mix, you could use that, so a couple of tablespoons of that. And because I'm not using a mix, a flour mix, but using just the rice flour, I'm adding 1.5 teaspoons or half a tablespoon of arrowroot starch, but you could use tapioca, cornstarch, or even potato starch. Yeah, so any kind of starch should work here. And then I've got 1/8 of salt, so a couple of good pinches of salt here, just to bring out that sweetness. And I'm going to use half a teaspoon of I'll have a half a teaspoon of baking powder here. For the full recipe, obviously full amount would be 1 teaspoon. And that is it. That's my dry ingredients. So I'm just going to mix them up, and I'm already preheating my oven on 180 degrees Celsius while we prepare this. So now my dry mixture is mixed well. I'm going to add it to my wet ingredients, and we're going to give it another whiz. So this looks nice and uniform, and it's just about kind of drippable or pourable. So I think that's a good consistency. It depends how wet your sweet potatoes were. Mine were steamed sweet potatoes. They were quite moist, so we don't need to add any moisture. But if yours dough is very stiff, then perhaps add a couple of tablespoons of some kind of plant milk, you know, soy milk or any other, just to kind of thin it out just that bit, so it's kind of a little bit pourable. Mine is not quite pourable, but I think that's great. We'll just scrape it in, and it'll be great. So we're ready to put it into our tin. This is a glass tin, a glass oven proof dish that I've lined with parchment paper so that it doesn't stick to the sides. And oh my goodness, I had a little taste test of this dough. Even non-cooked, it's already so delicious. So I'm going to scrape that in. So this is I'm not sure the measurements of this tin. It's about maybe 10 centimeters by about 8 centimeters or something like that. I scrape that out, and now I'm going to distribute it evenly. So this is ready, so just give it a little shake, try to even out the top surface. Yeah, that's looking delicious. So I'm going to put this in an oven, 180 degrees Celsius, preheated oven, like I said, for about 35 to 40 minutes. So this is the ultimate brownie test. So as I showed you, I did the same thing with the carrots and also with the lentils. So yeah, so this is sweet potato brownies, carrot brownies, lentil brownies, and also, like I mentioned to you, I also made okara brownies. So we've got 4 of them to taste test, and I've got my lovely husband, expert taste tester, here to help us out. Oh, and I left my knife in the kitchen. So now that I've got the knife, I'm gonna cut a little slice of each brownie. We're gonna start with sweet potato one. So if you wanna grab a piece, and then we got a little bit of water to help us with our judgments.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so here goes the best vegan homemade brownie. So this is sweet potato.
It's really tasty.
So fudgy, huh?
It's, yeah.
I basically
soft.
Yeah, I basically rested them on the cooling rack until they cooled down, and then I put them in like containers, closed them, and kept them in the coolish room overnight. So now they're fully cooled, and they're obviously really nice and fudgy, aren't they?
They're quite almost gooey. It's. I wouldn't say it's brownie consistency, because brownies are kind of almost a little bit more cakey, kind of, you know.
Well, brownies I think normally have a bit of crust, but then the inside is kind of gooey like this
so
a bit.
If you could get the crust on the outside of that, it would be perfect for a brownie. But it's gorgeous.
So now the carrot one, I think that should be probably quite similar, because carrot and sweet potato, it's kind of similar things.
Pretty much exactly the same.
Yeah.
As far as I can tell.
I mean, because the batter was a little bit thicker for the carrot one, it's kind of a little bit less soft and fudgy. I mean, it's still fudgy, but maybe a little bit less of that kind of like gooey, melty thing.
Maybe.
So maybe, you know, with the sweet potato one was maybe the batter was just a tad a little bit too runny. But you know, there's nothing much between them two, is there?
Yeah, they're very, very similar.
Right, so now this is a bit, as you can see, a bit drier one. It risen a little bit more. This one is the lentil one. I've used brown lentils here, but you could use green lentils or red lentils. I think red lentils would be least, you know, kind of be more neutral, the red lentils.
We haven't been using the water.
I have.
Ah, well. Yeah.
See, in that one, I can taste lentil. Can you? Definitely at the back.
Yeah, it just kind of
hits you.
It's not quite right for it.
Yeah. I think, you know, I did do a brown lentil brownie just before on my channel. You can check it out, but I put some chocolate in it as well. So I think the chocolate together with the vanilla, it covered the lentil taste, whereas here, because I didn't put any chocolate and not even cocoa powder, because this one is made with carob, I think the lentil taste is overpowering a little bit.
Yeah, it just comes through too much at the back.
I think red lentils would have less of a, you know, flavor of that than the brown or green ones would. But so that's the lentil one. And then the last one is okara. It's really moist and fudgy, this one as well. So yeah.
It's very good.
So good. So what do you reckon?
Well, I actually, flavour-wise, I think the sweet potato and the carrot, for me, awesome. I think they're the best.
Do you think?
Flavour-wise, yes. I didn't like the lentil one because of that taste at the back that you got coming through. Just the flavours didn't combine well. The okara one, the texture's much better. You know, for what a brownie is supposed to be, and the flavour's pretty much spot on.
Yeah.
But I think if I was going to choose,
yeah,
I need to have it. It would be the first two, just because the flavour's so good.
I think I want to taste test again a little bit of this one again, of the okara one, with and then compare it with. I think I'm gonna go for the sweet potato one. The okara one's really yummy. They are quite fudgy, as you can see. It sticks to the knife quite a bit.
They're quite soft.
Yeah. So that one. See now. Now I taste a little bit of sweet potato there. Whereas with okara you can't taste anything. With okara it doesn't have any specific taste of anything. Whereas with the sweet potato, can you taste a little bit of sweet potato there at the back?
I can't.
No?
Well, not yet. Oh, it just hit me.
Told you.
Yeah.
Told you, a bit of
Very
sweet
slightly.
potato, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
so
really quite strange. It just kind of came through.
yeah,
Wow.
so it depends what you're after. I think for me, it has to be okara brownies because they're just
Can we
like,
try the carrot one again?
yeah, carrot one, yeah.
Just because now that you've said that,
Yeah, we can try.
it was so strange. I didn't get that sweet potato hit the first time. I just,
Yeah. I didn't, but I think because we compared the others, then maybe it has just come through. See, carrot as well is more neutral. You know,
Yeah.
you can't taste hardly anything with the carrot.
I can't really taste any carrot at all, really.
Yeah, so I think if you were going for more neutral and not tasting of anything, it's your carrot and your okara. Obviously, if you don't have okara, then fair enough, go for carrot brownies. But if you like sweet potato and don't mind a little bit of flavor of that, then yeah, the sweet potato one. Which one for you then?
Well, I would say if you want something that's gooey and sweet, go for the carrot. It just works. It's lovely. If you want something that's more like a brownie, you know, texture-wise, go for the okara.
Yeah. So, oh my goodness, this recipe worked for all four quite well. And like I say, like I explained, yes, with lentils, even though it worked, I think it does taste through too much of a lentil. So I think we're not going to be using that for this particular recipe of brownie, but the other one on my channel, actually, that was really good, and you couldn't taste lentils at all.
More dense, that one.
Yeah, because like I say, it had more chocolate and different things. So yeah, guys, if you like this video, give us a thumbs up. If you try this, let us know which one you enjoyed the best, or which one you tried, and if you liked it. If you're new here, welcome, and subscribe for more videos just like this, and experiments as well as comparisons and weight loss tips on Wednesdays and Saturdays. And as always, guys, remember, food is fuel, so be mindful of what you put in the body.
You beat me to it.
Yeah, so until next time, guys.
Bye, guys.